So, right off the bat, I should say that I do not know who Dan Carlin is, nor do I care. I'm reviewing the VR experience as is without any previous bias. Hi, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we are going to review War Remains, Dan Carlin Presents an Immersive Memory VR. It was released on the Steam Store May 21st, 2020 for the Valve Index, HTC Vive, and the Oculus Rift. I can confirm it works perfectly fine on Windows Mixed Reality. It normally retails for $5. I actually got this through Viveport Infinity. It's by developer Flight School Studio. Now, this experience takes approximately 13 minutes long. It's purely cinematic, 360. It's a standing experience since you do want to be able to look around. There are no interactions whatsoever. This is running on the Unreal Engine. And this is supposedly a way to get a glimpse of the horrors of World War I as presented by Dan Carlin. Now, he's a fine narrator, not really the type that I like, but I'm not going to criticize the narrating. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But for me, the problem with this immersive experience is that it's not really all that immersive. Like I said, there are no VR interactions whatsoever. And you can look around 360, but the problem is a lot of the scenes are too dark. Not a whole lot happens, and it's so short that you're not really given any details of the horrors of World War I. You're kind of given a glimpse, maybe a taste, but it's all too generic and too vague to have any real impact. I think one of the things that this presentation gets wrong is that war stories are personal. So you can talk in the abstract about some random person, a stranger, but for me the most impactful stories of war are personal stories. You know, once you get to know a person, know their background, their name, what they were going through, it makes it much more impactful. And that's one of the beautiful things about VR, is that it allows you to do that. You can be put in the shoes of these soldiers and see what they were seeing and feel what they were feeling. And I think part of the problem is just the camera view for this experience. You never really believe that you're a soldier in these situations. You're kind of like a third person spectator camera, and you're watching some stuff happen to some other people, but it's way too dark, and it's way too generic, and it's way too vague, and you don't really feel the impact of the horrors. So if I have to rate this, I would give it a 5 out of 10. At $5, it's kind of expensive for what it is, and it just fails in the mission that it's trying to accomplish. So I only recommend it if you're either a big Dan Carlin fan or you're just a big history buff and just can't get enough in VR. But seriously, there's better experiences in VR that are completely free that show the horrors of war. This could have been so much better, and I just think it failed. It needed to be more personal, it needed to have crisper, clearer graphics, and it needed to have better sound work. Anyways, I'm going to end by showing you the best part of this experience, which is actually the end credits. So listen up, enjoy the end credits. Thank you.
How do you describe the indescribable? Sometimes it takes an artist. British Western Front soldier and painter Paul Nash had a keen eye for the landscape and tried to describe to his wife in a November 1917 letter what a trip up to the front lines was like and what it had done to him. He wrote, "I shall not forget it as long as I live. I have seen the most frightful nightmare of a country more conceived by Dante or Poe than by nature. Unspeakable, utterly indescribable. I may give you some idea of its horror, but only being in it and of it can make you sensible of its dreadful nature. We all have a vague notion of the terrors of a battle, but no pen or drawing can convey this country. Evil and the incarnate fiend alone can be master of this war. No glimmer of God's hand is seen anywhere. Sunset and sunrise are blasphemous. They are mockeries to man. The rain drives on, and the shells never cease. They alone plunge overhead, tearing away the rotting tree stumps, breaking the plank roads, striking down horses and mules, annihilating, maiming, maddening. They plunge into the grave that is this land. It is unspeakable, godless, hopeless. I am no longer an artist, interested and curious. I am a messenger who will bring back word from the men who are fighting to those who want this war to go on forever. Feeble, inarticulate will be my message, but it will have a bitter truth, and may it burn their lousy souls.